Hey, it's ended down at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Welcome back to the channel, lads and lasses. And I've got to say, what a game. Newcastle United continuing our fine run of form once again, with us extending our winning run now to 6 games with a 2-1 victory over Tottenham down at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in London, of course. And the game, I've got to say, was a really good game. A little bit more close than I thought it would have been, to be honest. It was, as was said in the preview, of course, going into the game, when Harry was on the channel, of course, Spurs lad from Scarfy Spurs Talk. Both were said it would be a bit of a midfield affair, and that is exactly what it was. It was a battle in the midfield, and Newcastle won out the battle with Sandro Tonali and Bruno once again putting in a absolutely out of this world performance like they have been doing of late. And of course, Tottenham scored the first goal of the game. Dominic Solanke, I thought that was pretty much against the run of play, because Newcastle did have, I thought, the better chances in the opening stages of the game. Tottenham scored, but it wasn't that long until Newcastle got the equaliser, and it was, of course, a brilliant bit of play by Newcastle that seen Anthony Gordon break into the box alongside the left-hand side of the box, and he whipped it across the front of the goal past Brandon Austin, and of course equalised in the goal for Newcastle to go level with Tottenham. And then, of course, we're seeing the second goal of the game, and it was Alexander Isak scoring, of course, to give Newcastle the lead in the game, and of course eventually going on to win the game with the 2-1 lead. So that is now Alexander Isak scoring his 7th consecutive league goal, providing, of course, the decisive moment in the game to see Newcastle win the game out against Spurs. And of course, a successful return as well for Sven Botman. It was Sven Botman who was the defender alongside Solanke on the first goal, but he can be, forgiven for any, problems with the defence on that goal going in, as he has only returned back to the team for the first time since March of 2024. And I've got to say, he looked really, really good. He did look a little shaky at first, Botman, but eventually, he did get his legs right in the game, and he looked really, really good in the game. Of course, he did end up going off towards the back end of the game. Hopefully it's nothing serious. But Lloyd Kelly, of course, replacing him. Anthony Gordon, of course, went off as well because he took a knock in the face from Kulusevski off of the shoulder. It wasn't an accidental shoulder, neither. It was deliberately done, in my opinion. You could see the way Kulusevski came in, the way he went right that with his shoulder. It was, just sort of similar to what we've seen Van Dijk do when Newcastle played Liverpool. Of course, sort of similar to that. And again, that was, Anthony Gordon in that situation as well. That was being, attacked by a player. Many chances created in the game by we did really well, I thought, in the game, but it was a more closely fought game than we have seen of late. But it's expected at the end of the day, because, we do have Arsenal coming up on the 7th in a few days' time in that semi-final, first leg of the semi-final of the League Cup, of course, and that's down at the Emirates as well. So we've got to, kind of pace ourselves for that game. We don't want to be putting too much energy into this game and then, of course, not having, the fight and attack going into the game against, of course, Arsenal. But all in all, I thought we did really well with the selection today. I thought Eddie picked the team quite well, especially seeing that we couldn't have Shaw in the lineup. Does that mean that now we'll be having probably Lloyd Kelly in the lineup against Arsenal? Who knows? We'll have to see what, is going on with Sven Botman, but to be honest, Sven Botman did play quite a bit of the game, so I don't know if he will play the game against Arsenal, but we'll talk about that, of course, in the preview for that one. But all in all, really good game down at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, put in really good effort, and of course, we are still at the moment 5th in the league with 35 points. If we had won this game by at least 4 goals, as I said in my match preview going into the game, then we could have seen ourselves moving up into 4th in the league. But hey ho, I'll take where we are. You know, we've got 3 points in the bag. We're continuing, we're winning streak. And Alexander Isak is continuing his fine run of goal scoring form. And if he can continue to keep going the way he's going with the goals as well, he's got every chance of beating that record that Jamie Vardy set not that long ago in the Premier League. So let us know your thoughts down in the comments below. Tottenham fans are watching. Let us know what your thoughts were on today's game. I mean, a lot of Tottenham fans were complaining, saying that there was going to be a lot of players out for this game, and there wasn't that many out, I've got to say. I thought it was a bit of an over-exaggeration from Tottenham fans, saying that, you know, there was going to be so many players out, and it turned out that there wasn't as many out as they were trying to make out that there was in the game. But let us know your thoughts anyway down in the comments below. As always, remember to like, share, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you all for the next one. However, lads.